Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing today? Hi, guys. Thanks for joining me here today. 2 days in a row, right? That's quite an achievement for me that I've made it here 2 days in a row. But I did say that I would get myself together and put up a live for you guys. So here I am. And I think we should have a conversation about this darn story that just keeps rearing its ugly head all the time, every single time. Let's be honest, since the day Meghan Markle has joined, well, since the day she basically slipped and fell on Harry's todger, there's been nonstop drama. Am I right, or am I right? Since the day Meghan and Harry got together and she knew who he was and what he could do for her and the doors he could open for her, she knew that she needed to land this guy. So ever since that day, it's been nonstop drama. It's been constant, oh, Meghan needs to be saved. Meghan's in trouble. Meghan's got an issue and she needs to be protected. Oh my goodness. Ugh, God, it really gets tiring, especially for someone who wants to constantly claim that they are a feminist, right? Hello, everyone. I see you guys all in here, and I'm so glad you guys could all make it. Here we go. Shawnee says, Trev won't do this. He doesn't need this. And this is what I wanted to talk about. So let's get into it, shall we then? Let me pull up my screen here. What am I doing? Silly me. So, this story has been circulating since the day Meghan and Harry have basically gotten together. Because if you remember back on, it shows right here, July 10th, 2017, this story first reared its ugly head, claiming that Meghan Markle's ex-husband Trevor Engelson, writing $1 million tell-all book about his marriage to Prince Harry's girlfriend. I mean, really, like, we kind of know who put this story out there. There's so many of these ads. But in my opinion, I think Meghan put this story out there to annoy Harry and to annoy her ex, really, to be honest. But this story has been floating around since 2017, as I have just shown you guys. So this story has reared its ugly head once again. And it was actually all over Twitter. It was all over like every single media outlet. But the Mirror also published saying that Meghan Markle's ex, like, I find it so degrading to Trevor to refer to him as Meghan Markle's ex-husband. He has achieved so much more than Meghan, but he's being referred to as Meghan Markle's ex-husband. I mean, I would be annoyed, but that's just me, right? So it says Meghan Markle's ex-husband's explosive memoir could drop 6 major bombshells on Duchess. Now, it's funny how Harry and Meghan released a 6-part Netflix special whining about the royal family, and now Trevor is going to allegedly drop 6 major bombshells on the Duchess. I mean, I think we know who put this story out here. I think it's kind of obvious who put the story out here. But the story claims that there's been rumors that Meghan Markle's ex-husband, Trevor Engelson, could write a memoir discussing their short-lived marriage. Now, I'm just going to say outright, I don't believe it for 1 second. I'm going to take Trevor's side here, and I don't believe it at all that he would do something like that, because really, let me be honest. Let me be completely honest here and share this, because this will I just want to be petty Betty for a moment with you guys here. Let's be petty Betty. So I put this tweet out back on April 5th, 2021, and it says, just for the sake of being petty, Trevor married Tracy Kurland, who is worth approximately $300 million. Harry is worth only $10 million. Who got the last laugh? And to be honest, she is gorgeous. She is a beautiful girl that he is with. So he definitely upgraded, in my opinion. He's definitely done so much better. And to be honest, after the way he was treated and had his ring sent back through the mail, I love a story where a nice guy finishes first when he gets his comeuppance. And I love a story like that. And Trevor has definitely gotten his comeuppance with the woman he married. So let's be thankful that he was only married to Meghan for only a short 2 years. But I wanted to share something with you guys because I went back into Tom Bower's Revenge, and I'll even quote the pages on here for you. And I actually wanted to look up something because Trevor, he really loved Meghan. And if you go to page 27 of Tom Bower's Revenge, you know how it always said that it was Doria who told Meghan, I think it was Meghan who gave the story that her mom gave her the advice of, if it don't spend 5 minutes on something. Hold on, let me find the exact quote. Oh, here it is. Don't give it 5 minutes if you're not going to give it 5 years. Remember that? I think we all remember this one. And we all remember Meghan had credited Doria to giving her that piece of advice. Well, on page 28 of Tom Bower's Revenge, it was actually Trevor's life philosophy. Listen to this. So, boasting that he worked hard and played hard, even reading screenplays every morning through his steam shower's glass door, he offered his life's philosophy. Hope is the greatest currency we have in this business. Okay, so if you guys ever hear Meghan using that quote, you know where it came from. And then his second life's philosophy was here. Then came another favored maxim: don't give it 5 minutes if you're not going to give it 5 years. 10 years later, Meghan frequently intones both these lines in speeches to young audiences as her philosophy of life. So that's number one. So she never, yeah, like Princess Dumbarton said here, she never has any original thoughts. But also, if you go to page 41, you will clearly see that Meghan had a script with men. She had a certain script that she would like to play like she was the woman that needed to be rescued or taken care of. Because then it says here, number one, I want to let you guys know that when Meghan and Trevor were getting married in Jamaica, there was a total of 102 guests, including Meghan's parents. And it was just Thomas Markle and Doria, because no one else came. On Doria's side of the family, Samantha couldn't make it because of her wheelchair, and the wedding was on the beach. So you remember, I think you guys know all that. But here, listen to this. Meghan booked all 55 rooms and villas at the hotel. The guests paid for their own accommodations, but Thomas Markle contributed $20,000 to the costs, partly by selling shares worth $6,000. And then look at this. Listen to this. The night before the wedding ceremony, Trevor described in his speech during the dinner a book he had prepared about his and Meghan's lives. And this is on page 41 of Revenge. The book's conclusion, said Trevor, was his pledge to give Meghan the family she has never had. The family home she never has had. God, these people speak funny. Anyways, so Trevor, in his pledge, which he gave to Meghan, was to give her the family home she has never had. Thomas and Doria's jaws fell. We looked aghast at each other, said Thomas. She had two good families and the love of attention any child would want or could want. Both wondered what Meghan had told Trevor about her childhood. So this was always Maureen says, didn't Meghan also ban any photos being taken? She didn't ban any photos, but she had her father destroy all images and all footage of the wedding. There are still some pictures floating around, but nothing that there was before. But let me just say how Trevor would never, and this is my opinion, I don't think he would ever write a book about Meghan, because really, why? He doesn't need the drama or anything. And the woman that he married is gorgeous and their family is quite well off. So Tracy's father was a multimillionaire. He was a businessman and a former senior executive of Countrywide Mortgage. So he was in the banking business. He retired in 2006 after selling almost 200 million in stock options. And then after he opted out of his job, he assisted in the formation of another firm, which then he became the CEO in 2016. Now, apparently, Tracy's father had passed away due to the pandemic and complications from that. And he was also suffering from brain cancer. So then the money, basically, the money has gone to the mom right now. And then when she passes on, then the money will go to Tracy. But apparently this is old numbers, but it says that she's close to nearly $1 billion. Don't quote me on that, but that's what's claimed. And because of that, Ben says Trevor dodged a bullet. Yeah, definitely did. And I'm glad that he did, and he actually won in life. Whereas now his ex, Meghan Markle, is basically slumming it with a dim-witted prince who looks high out of his tree most of the time, right? They're definitely, well, they're not living the life that they could be. I mean, within the royal family, I would guess that Harry and Meghan are definitely jealous of William and Catherine's lives and them living in the palace and having access within the building, I mean, the rooms at Windsor Castle, right? Meghan would wish that she could host a meeting at one of the drawing rooms in Windsor Castle. Could you imagine? You would never hear the end of it. But I just wanted to say that Trevor would never be the type to write a silly memoir. In my opinion, I think it's just Meghan feeding this stuff to the news so that she could keep her name connected to him in a way, and then she could, exert some power over Harry and use this to manipulate him and his emotions, since we know that he is seriously emotionally stunted. So what do you guys think? Do you guys believe this? I don't think you guys do. I know you're a lot smarter than that, but we see this story rear its ugly head every few months, and it claimed that Trevor's going to be writing a memoir. Maureen says, I'm glad Trevor escaped with his sanity intact. Yeah, I think a lot of us do. And that's what I love. I love when a good guy wins in the end. And apparently he's got two little girls with his wife, and he's living the good life. He doesn't have to work and he doesn't have to do anything. He literally is living the life that Meghan wishes she had. Right? Meghan wishes that she was in Trevor's position right now, married to a multi-millionaire. Is that so? Says, no, he will not write a book and embarrass his family. Exactly. He will not do that. He actually respects his family, unlike some people. Jane says, without a doubt, M is not a feminist. No, she definitely is not. And we saw that when she was flirting with the US Surgeon General, right, guys? I mean, I think you guys remember this that I had up the other day. Let's see, I think it was yesterday. And I think most of the channels have been reporting on it. Look at her flirting with the US Surgeon General. Now, that is not what a feminist does. Princess Dumbarton says, I can't imagine wearing a romantic gift from an ex-husband with my new husband. And you know what? I had mentioned this in a video previously before my channel got demonetized. And I had said that I find it kind of strange that she does wear it. And I know that she wears it because of the name, because it is a Cartier bracelet. But I don't understand, like, with all of Harry's money that you've been spending, why wouldn't you buy yourself a newer upgrade? You know, one studded with diamonds or something, instead of wearing that same dusty old one given to you as a wedding gift on your wedding day to your ex-husband. Yeesh. I mean, that's a little wild to me. It's a little wild. Susan says, is there any man she doesn't flirt with? God, I don't even know. I don't even know. I should make a compilation of Meghan flirting with men. That would be quite funny, wouldn't it? But you guys, I just wanted to jump on here and do a quick live and just talk about Trevor and how I don't believe that he will be writing a book about Meghan or writing a memoir about her or anything. And I believe that it is all about Meghan keeping her name in the news, just constantly stirring up drama. And that's what she likes. We've seen it in the years that she's been with Harry now. We see that she is trying to always stir up some kind of nonsense. Always a solution says, oh, this was a message to Princess. It's narcissism. Yeah, she's trying to keep, like, she's throwing it in Harry's face. Hey, look, I'm still wearing my ex-husband's bangle. All while Harry wears bracelets made of beads and leather string. I mean, that's a little ridiculous, isn't it? That's what I think, at least. Megan's Poncho says, still hanging around the Beverly Hills Hotel stalking Gordon Getty. You know how I was going to say that the fact that you left the royal family to go and hang out in hotels to harass other people and use your title as the Duchess of Sussex to make connections. I mean, you would have had a way better chance of making these connections while being still a member of the royal family. I know it's not allowed, but I'm sure with the way that Charles is now handling the royal family and everyone's doing whatever they want and, you know, blurring lines that the Queen never blurred or dared to step over, I think it would have happened eventually. Skylar McCready here says she's looking for her next meal ticket. But yeah, it is so pathetic, though. It's so sad. I mean, she couldn't just go and enjoy her life as a royal member, enjoy all the trappings that come with it, never have to worry about paying a bill in her life. Her children's future would be settled and handled, like they would have the best education, but she just couldn't not handle being a team player and having to stare at the backs of William and Catherine. She couldn't handle not being the queen and the star, and she had to hightail it off to California where she could make her own rules and try and control people and spread her propaganda constantly, right? Alice Singh says, Mole, your latest profile. I thought you guys might enjoy this one this time. I think it works quite nicely too. Thank you, Alice. Preachy Nana says, Casey is slowly destroying all the late Queen stood for. You know, I'm going to share something with you guys. I got a little, I shouldn't say a little, I got quite a bit of hate on Twitter last night because, you know, I was, you know, with the whole royal family. I know we're getting a little bit off topic here. You know, the whole royal family. And, oh, hold on a second, guys. I forgot I had my stove running and the pot bubbled over. I was going to say that the joys of being a mom, right? You always got to You're always multitasking something, making dinner for my little one while he's at school and having a live at the same time. Something's bound to go wrong, right? Anyway, so what was I saying? So I've been going and searching and seeing William and King Charles interact with people of the World Economic Forum, right? WEF. So Princess Dumbarton says, get your little one a milkshake. I wish we could have milkshakes. Me and my little one are actually allergic to dairy, so we can't have milkshakes. And let me tell you, those other milkshakes, like the non-dairy milkshakes and everything, they don't taste as good, man. They really don't taste as good. Okay, so I was talking about this. So I didn't know this, and I just wanted to see which other royals, like European royals and who else, was basically hanging around the World Economic Forum. And when you do a Google search, you notice that a lot members of other royal families are hanging out with Klaus Schwab and the World Economic Forum. But I did not know this, my friends. And okay, don't hate me or anything. Don't get upset with me, but let me show you this. So I did not know that, I know we're getting totally off topic here. I didn't know that Klaus Schwab was knighted by Queen Elizabeth in 2006. So he was recognized by Queen Elizabeth as an honorary knight commander of the Order of St. Michael and St. George. Now, this guy also has other honorary degrees from various universities. So it just gives you, an idea of the level of reach that this man has. And yeah. So, and also I didn't want to believe it. So I went to Wikipedia, and it says it here also. In 2006, Queen Elizabeth had given him an order of knighthood. Yeah, which is, yeah, it was quite eye-opening to me. And here I actually have a photo of him with it, which was quite mind-blowing. I'm like, I had to sit back for a second last night. I really had to sit back and just be like, have we all been duped? That's what I was thinking. But I think that should be another discussion for another day, because this was all about Trevor and how he upgraded his life after leaving. I'd give him the order of the boot. Yeah, I get it. I get it. People's eyes are being opened now. Yeah, I know. Ah, those frisky boys of Davos. Yeah, I didn't know that Prince Philip enjoyed going there. There was that photo that I had. He was up there in 1986, actually. Yeah, I feel like my eyes have been gotten wide open, and I feel like the penny has totally dropped in the last 24 hours for me. And I've just been sitting back like, yeah, is this all just, are we all just pawns here? And anyways, I better not say anything further about this whole WEF situation, or my channel might get taken down completely. And that's not what we want. I mean, at least I have a chance of being remonetized in January. Now, I don't want to do anything to put that in jeopardy, but yeah. Scott Bauer says the penny has dropped for me too. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one. But yeah, after seeing that one with the Queen knighting him, it's like my brain just completely exploded. Martha says she has not been home to see the little ones in a month. What great mom. You know, I was going to do my next live about this. Like, where are those children? Where are they? There are two illegitimate, unknown, unseen children. And I keep saying this from the rooftops. I keep shouting this from the rooftops. There are two illegitimate, unknown, unseen children. One who was allegedly born on American soil that no one in the royal family has ever seen. And they are named Prince Archie of Sussex and Princess Lilibet of Sussex. I mean, come on. I think people need to start demand. I mean, you know what? There's so many problems going on right now. And yeah, I guess my little voice doesn't mean anything. I'm just someone shouting in the background, like, hello, we need to be looking into this. But there's so much other bigger world issues going on right now that it's like this always just slips through the cracks, right? Uh, Kavia says, have you checked Spare where he mentioned Meghan was sobbing on the floor? Oh God, when wasn't Meghan sobbing on the floor? This so-called feminist was sobbing on the floor every chance she had. Every second she was sobbing on the floor. It was terrible. Flowers in the attic. Yep, creepy, super creepy. It says, I always wonder why everyone is mad at King Charles all of a sudden when Queen Elizabeth II could have done it years ago. You know, I feel like how old was the Queen when Meghan came into the family? She was 90, what, 93, 94? She's still pretty old. Imagine having to deal with that kind of stress. And to be honest, I mean, I don't feel why anyone else has to deal with Charles's son. That's Charles's wayward son. He should be the one who puts him in his place. It shouldn't be, I know what you're saying by the queen taking care of because she is the queen. She should have dealt with it. I completely understand. But Charles should really grow a backbone and stop being such a wet wipe and do something. I know people say, oh, well, William will do something. Well, it's not William's job to take care of his brother. William did that enough when he and his brother were growing up and having to deal with their parents' drama, right? Our poor late queen. Yeah, poor late queen, but I don't know what to think about all of this and everything, but Melissa says Charles needs to get his balls back out of Meghan's purse. Yeah, I definitely agree with you there, Melissa. I think Meghan's got both Charles and Harry's balls in her purse. And the only person who seems to have a pair right now but can't really do anything is William, to be honest. Mike's Knight says the Queen might have lived longer if migraine hadn't come in the picture. I 100% agree. And I've had that opinion also myself. I feel like I know they were old already, but come on, the Queen's mom lived until she was what, 100 and what was she, 103? She lived a long time. I believe the Queen and Prince Philip would have easily hit 100. Denia says, please, Mole, don't stop. Oh, that's very sweet. And I'll never stop telling the truth. I mean, I'm still here. Even my channel's demonetized. I'm still here speaking to you guys. I would never stop speaking the truth. I feel like, yeah, I feel like the Queen and Prince Philip would have definitely made it to 100 had Meghan not stressed them out. And I feel like Charles should have really grown a backbone at that point. I feel like the royal family just, this is my opinion. Don't be upset with me, you guys, but I feel like the royal family, the way they handled Meghan and just allowed her to come in and they gave everything to her. Julie, thank you. 101. Thank you. So 101. I feel like the royal family doing that and quickly naming Harry and Meghan the Fab Four with William and Catherine, I feel like they showed the world that they're weak. They showed that a random foreigner could just come into their establishment and basically flip the table and turn it into a three-ring circus, and nothing has happened since the day she has decided to drag everyone to hell. Right? That's just my opinion. I mean, we don't see this with other royal families. We saw how tough the royal family were with Catherine. She really had to prove herself, and she took a lot of hate. Meghan was welcomed with open arms, and she was given every single every single opportunity that she could right away. And then this is what happens to the royal family. They all got trashed. They all got called racist. Anyways, but that's for another day. Let me take a couple more, a couple more comments here, and then I'm going to run out because I've got always things to do here and it's during the week. This adulting never ends for me. Kelly Ann Thomas says the children need passports. Because of their royal status, they would need the royal family's input on the paperwork. If there are no passports, the royal family is aware the kids don't exist. Now, I've always wondered this. Now, if there was an actual issue with the children, if they were in danger, wouldn't you think that the royal family would get involved? Doesn't Charles have custody of Harry and Meghan's children because of he's the king, right? Am I wrong here, you guys? I know you'll tell me if I'm wrong or if I'm right, but I mean, I always think if there legitimately was an issue, wouldn't people get involved in rescuing these children? If the royal family doesn't care to get involved, then what if that's a sign that there are no children? But then if there are no children, then why the hell are they listed on the line of succession? I mean, it is such a mess. It's such a convoluted mess that it shouldn't be, and it didn't have to be this way. But the royal family has allowed to get it this far. Jody says technically, but he won't. Yeah, he won't. King Charles won't do anything. He won't do anything to ruffle any feathers. He won't do anything to make anyone look at him negatively in any way. STJ says Casey is complicit in covering up the fact that there are no children. I mean, so I'm trying to think, what is King Charles's angle? Is he going to dump all of this on to William so that it ruins his reign? Is that what he's trying to do then? Here, William can deal with these false children that are within the line of succession. Is that what he's trying to do? I don't know. That's just a question. But I think that people should keep questioning it, because as long as Harry and Meghan are listed as working members of the royal family on the royal family website, people should be questioning it, and the taxpayers deserve to know the truth. Do they not? They deserve to know the truth about it. I think Casey will act when H is safe away from her or when forced to. Do you really think so? I really don't know. Because, I don't know, there's so much weirdness going on. There's so much to be hidden constantly. I mean, the birth, Prince Archie's birth certificate, Prince Archieofficial's birth certificate is under lock and key. You can't even access it. Whereas all the other royals' birth certificates, you can easily access it. You access fraudulent looking birth certificates that aren't the real ones, and then you've got, what is this? Maybe you should be stripped of your motherhood. Your son will be taken from you. I don't get that. I'm with my son all the time. I don't understand this. Anyways. God, some people are so wild. I guess the sugars are in here despite them saying that they completely hate me and can't stand me. But Melissa says, Charles is acting like a father and not a monarch. Sadly, it will not change. When push comes to shove, they will protect their own, including the Markles. Yeah, exactly. Just like how they are still protecting Andrew also. That's why they put Andrew's, the court documents or something cannot be opened for 75 years or something like that, right? They're sealed for 75 years. Prince Philip's will is sealed as well. I mean, I don't want to know Prince Philip's will and what's in it, but when you got to seal things for 75 years, then that tells me that you're complicit in hiding people's bad behavior. That's just my opinion. And I don't, with all of that said, I feel like, and with all that said, my friends, I feel like Trevor would never get involved with this mess at all. He's living his life. He's totally happy. Megan's poncho says we all saw the bump drop to her gnarly feet. Yes, we did. Yeah, Getty photographers saw that happen. I showed you guys a photo of Valentine Lowe was at that event. So I wonder if he's seen a couple things himself, but just can't say anything. We know it. Anyways, my friends, I got to get going here. I like how this conversation went completely left, but we did discuss Trevor and how I think that he will never, ever publish a memoir or write a biography or write anything that has to do with Meghan Markle. I think if you caught one of Thomas Markle's lives, I think it was, or one of his videos, he had mentioned that Trevor never, ever wants to mention Meghan's name ever again, or never wants to be around people mentioning her name. Plus, with the multimillionaire wife that he's got, he doesn't need the money anyways. And why the drama? But I'm sure Meghan is eyeing him like a green-eyed monster and just jealous that he has leveled up, because he has. And while she has, well, not so much. But you guys, thank you so much for being here. And to those who are listening to this on the replay, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. And my friends, we will talk soon. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for being here and spending the day with me, or the last 37 minutes with me. I would tell you to like the video, but I don't know, what the hell is the point when I'm demonetized, right? I'm still laughing over the whole situation, but it's okay. 3 months will pass by quick, and well, hopefully we can get this channel back to normal again. I will catch you guys real soon in the next one. Stay gorgeous, my lovely friends. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will catch you in the next stream. Take care, my friends. Bye.